Welcome back to the deep dive. So if you think of Italian innovation, your mind probably goes straight to, fast cars, high fashion, amazing food.
The classic made in Italy brand.
Exactly. But today we are ripping up that whole playbook. We've got this powerful stack of sources, everything from deep science white papers out of Turin to regional economic reports from Sicily.
And our mission really is to show you a country making a massive, and I mean rapid, pivot.
Yeah, we are diving into how Italy is solving these profound global problems: water scarcity, cancer treatment, clean energy using deep science, advanced AI, and this radical decentralized commitment to sustainability.
It's really the story of a national identity shift. As you said, for decades, the global currency was the tangible value of made in Italy.
The physical stuff.
The physical luxury goods, the expertise in manufacturing. But our sources, they reveal this fundamental transformation toward what we're calling made in science.
Made in science.
This is where the core value isn't in the finished product anymore. It's in the intangible knowledge, the proprietary algorithms, the creative solutions, the computational power that makes the product possible.
And the range is just stunning. It proves this isn't isolated to one research hub.
Not at all.
I mean, we found sources detailing these specialized high-tech bottles made in Padua for COVID-19 vaccines.
Right, for global distribution.
And then advanced civilian drones in Bolzano, and even these highly customized air conditioning systems from a Venetian firm.
Which are designed to cool the huge data centers that AI needs to run.
It's a full-spectrum technological evolution.
Exactly. And to really get this future, we have to look briefly at the past, specifically the unique history of their industrial heartland.
Okay, let's unpack that. The transformation, especially in the Northeast, in Veneto. Historically, you look back to the 80s and 90s, and this was the land of the artigiano.
The small, self-made entrepreneur.
Right. And our sources paint this picture of a culture where people were creating these global businesses making everything. Poultry fencing, pizza ovens, household chemicals.
It was called Italy's last great social elevator.
And that model, as successful as it was, has sort of hit its limits.
It has. In the face of modern global competition, that solitary, self-made spirit, it led to this incredible density, one business for every 10 inhabitants in Veneto.
Which sounds great on paper.
But it often meant the businesses were just too small. They stayed as micro-enterprises with low added value and innovation. They had the spirit, but not the capital or the deep scientific foundation for the 21st century.
So it was quantity over deep tech quality. That was the weakness. So if the challenge is getting these smaller, established companies to embrace massive change, what's actually bridging that gap?
That is the critical policy question, and the answer seems to be in targeted knowledge transfer.
Okay.
So while Italy's overall AI adoption, which is about 8.2%, is still behind the EU average of 12%, the Northeast is pushing that national average up fast. 75% of companies in that region are now using digital technologies, and it's being driven by initiatives like eNest.
And eNest isn't just a grant program, is it?
Oh, it's far more than that. It's a crucial network, both physical and intellectual. It connects public universities, private research centers, and the existing businesses on the ground.
So it's about integration.
Exactly. It's designed to integrate the digital transition and the ecological transition into the regional economy at the same time. It's an attempt to pour modern science into that historic entrepreneurial fire.
To shift from selling products to exporting knowledge.
That's the pivot to made in science.
This is where it gets really interesting, because the first big application we're seeing is in the circular economy, turning, industrial waste and even household trash into high-value, deep science products.
And what's fascinating is how companies are applying this deep science to clean up existing heavy industry waste streams. Take a company called Sicily in Vicenza. They operate in the tanning industries, which, generates tons of byproducts and waste.
A huge environmental problem, typically.
Right. But Sicily developed a process to transform that waste into biostimulants.
Which are basically powerful natural fertilizers for agriculture.
Exactly. And also into gypsum retardants for specialized, eco-friendly green building materials.
So they're taking one industry's environmental burden and turning it into a resource for two completely different sectors.
It's a total industrial ecology model.
Yeah.
And they're closing the loop in their own operations, too. They only use renewable electricity that they produce on-site.
Wow.
So sustainable products made with sustainable energy.
Then you've got the organic biotech side, which uses Italy's amazing biodiversity. Let's talk about Exolab.
Exolab's a perfect example of leveraging a national asset. They focus on unique Italian crop-specific Abruzzo grapes, Sicilian blood oranges, licorice root.
Things grown under very strict organic controls.
Yes. And they turn these vegetables into a highly concentrated powder for the massive $16 billion cosmetics and nutraceutical sectors.
It's a huge market. But their core science, that's the deep dive part. It's all about exosomes.
Right.
So for you listening, if you haven't heard the term, what are they?
That's the key question. Exosomes are tiny vesicles. Think of them like microscopic packages that are naturally secreted by cells.
And their job is to move things around.
Their job is to transport key nutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, lipids between cells. They're delivering beneficial instructions and raw materials. Exolab's process just captures these incredibly dense packages of nutrients.
So when the company calls them a large internet network, they mean they're transporting complex nutrients in a highly bioavailable natural format.
Exactly. And the value is twofold. First, the purity of the nutrients from unique Italian organic products.
Yeah.
And second, the clean process. It's a mechanical separation, no harsh chemicals, and the leftover fibrous material becomes compost. Zero waste.
Speaking of waste, let's talk about the consumer level. That bin. Ganiga's Huli, smart trash bin from Tuscany.
This is tackling the mass confusion of municipal sorting.
Which is a headache for everyone. The rules change from town to town.
Exactly. So Huli uses generative AI, deep learning, machine learning. It automatically recognizes and sorts any type of waste you throw in it.
Even stuff it hasn't seen before.
It even learns new or unregistered packaging.
Yeah.
It finally solves the problem of where that Tetra Pak carton actually goes.
And the bin itself is a symbol of this. It's made from recycled wind turbine blades.
A perfect segue, because connecting AI and green tech moves us right into ambitious infrastructure, the future of mobility and energy.
Okay, let's start with extreme speed in Veneto, the hypertransfer project. It just sounds like pure science fiction.
A magnetically levitating capsule system.
And they're testing it right now between Padua and Venice on a 10-kilometer track.
The goal is, well, mind-boggling. Venice to Milan in 15 minutes.
15?
Or Venice to Rome in just 30. But what makes this a real breakthrough, not just a fast train, is its energy profile.
Okay.
It's designed to produce more energy than it consumes.
Wait, what?
Integrated solar panels along the entire route. It flips the script. Infrastructure is usually a huge energy drain. This thing is an energy generator that also happens to be a high-speed transport system.
That's a total paradigm shift.
It is. But clean mobility isn't just about speed, it's about massive transport too.
All right. Which brings us to Fincantieri in Ancona. They're building Libra, the world's first hydrogen-powered cruise ship.
And that is a massive engineering hurdle.
For a ship that size, absolutely.
Traditional ships are aiming for maybe a 50% emission cut. Libra is aiming for an initial 60 to 65% reduction.
How?
It uses fuel cells. They take in compressed hydrogen, generate electricity, and the only byproduct is water vapor. Their goal is net zero by 2035.
But maybe the most brilliant grassroots energy solution we found came from Piedmont.
Yes, designed by 3 teenagers.
It really captures that small-scale disruptive spirit.
This is Hydrocult. And the beauty is its simplicity. It takes something universally annoying, a speed bump, and turns it into a resource.
The press bump.
Yeah, that technology captures the kinetic energy created as cars drive over it.
Energy that we just waste as a jolt to our sustension.
Exactly. They take that wasted energy, use it to power an electrolyzer, and produce clean, stored hydrogen. Right there. Locally.
And it's self-sufficient.
Totally. No external batteries,
Right.
no grid connection, zero environmental impact. Imagine every busy intersection becoming a micro power plant.
So now we move to the serious applications. Deep tech in high-stakes fields like health and advanced science.
And this is where we're seeing AI transition from, a general tool to a precision life-saving instrument.
Like Hypersight in Verona.
A made-in-Italy AI software that is transforming oncology by enhancing adaptive radiotherapy.
And it can precisely detect and irradiate solid tumors, prostate, lung, liver, in just 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
For you listening, what does adaptive mean for the patient here?
It's a huge difference. With traditional radiotherapy, the tumor might shift slightly day to day. Hypersight's AI adjusts the radiation field in real time, in those 6 seconds, to match the tumor's exact location.
So far less damage to healthy tissue.
Far less. It drastically reduces session times, cuts wait lists, and this is crucial. It's so precise, it allows doctors to consider retreatment for tumor recurrences.
which was often impossible before, a huge step for patients who had no other options.
And then there's Trace4 from Pavia, which is tackling Alzheimer's.
A huge global challenge.
This AI device can predict the onset and progression of Alzheimer's up to 24 months in advance.
And the big challenge there is distinguishing normal age-related decline from pathological dementia, right?
Always. Trace4, it gives neurologists that clarity and, more importantly, that 2-year head start to intervene with personalized care.
And connecting this to healthcare equity, we're seeing logistics being solved too. We mentioned drones.
Yes, Ados and Uelcome, using systems from Bolzano and Naples to deliver life-saving drugs and blood bags to isolated, mountainous communities.
So your geography doesn't determine your access to care.
Right. And beyond that, it cuts carbon emissions and operational costs for hospitals.
And underpinning all of this is raw computational power. Italy just launched its first IQM quantum computer at the Polytechnic University of Turin.
Which puts Turin among the foundational leaders in quantum technology. We have to get the core difference here.
Okay.
Traditional computers use bits, 0 or 1.
Right.
Quantum computers use qubits. A qubit can exist as 0 and 1 simultaneously.
So it calculates multiple possibilities instantly, not one after the other.
That is exactly the right way to think about it. It's an exponential leap in processing power. And that immediately revolutionizes fields that depend on complex optimization.
Like cryptography.
Cryptography, drug discovery, global logistics, it's foundational computing power being unleashed.
And we are applying that power to protect nature too. WADAs in Abruzzo.
The Wild Animal Detection and Alert System. It's an open-source AI project to monitor the critically endangered Marsican brown bear.
How does it work?
It uses non-invasive night vision cameras with edge computing. It processes the data locally, very efficiently, and achieves 97.4% accuracy.
And the goal is to reduce car accidents with wildlife.
That's the primary goal, yes. A leading cause of death for species like the brown bear.
Let's turn to one of the most immediate challenges. Water scarcity, specifically in Sicily.
Sicily is under massive climate pressure. It's warming 20% faster than the global average. The summer of 2024 was disastrous.
So they have to move beyond just conservation.
They have to increase supply. And the IDRO initiative is fascinating. It's a two-pronged tech approach. First, they're targeting brackish well water.
Which is usually unusable for high-value crops.
Right. They're using a mobile reverse osmosis plant, which is high-tech, but designed to be affordable for small farms to desalinate it.
Okay, that's one prong.
The second is phytoremediation, using specially selected plants to naturally treat and reuse rainwater and runoff collected in basins.
So high-tech engineering combined with natural biological processes.
A perfect blend, a synthesis of human science and natural science. And we see this integration of tech into community systems everywhere. In Genoa, you have Iron Cub 3,
The flying robot.
the 70-kilogram humanoid robot from the Italian Institute of Technology.
Its stability control relies on AI to handle the jet propulsion in real time. And it's aimed at search and rescue, right?
Exactly, for extreme environments where humans or traditional vehicles just can't go.
And finally, we have Wishu, the social tech platform from Tuscany.
Which is blending social media and crowdfunding, but with this really unique social engineering twist.
The elimination of the like button.
Exactly. Wishu focuses entirely on reciprocity and microdonations to bring shared wishes to life. By removing the likes, the platform is engineered to foster generosity and concrete collaboration. It takes the humanistic factor seriously.
So what does this all mean for you, listening to this? I mean, if you look at the map, innovation is incredibly decentralized.
It is. Lombardy, Tuscany, Piedmont, Veneto, Sicily, Naples, they are all contributing through deep tech, AI, quantum, hydrogen.
And this isn't just theory. The sources confirm the momentum is real, a nearly 39% increase in startup funding in the first half of 2025.
The investment is clearly following the science and the creativity.
So these sources show a nation leveraging its scientific excellence to solve its biggest problems, whether it's making medical care adaptive in 6 seconds, turning industrial waste into fertilizer,
Or figuring out how to turn an annoying speed bump into a clean energy source.
the historical strength of Italian design that made in Italy creativity is now being matched by foundational research into the world and the human body.
We've talked about AI predicting dementia 2 years out, how precise radiation can save a life. So, if technology can make cancer treatment that adaptive, and if the ingenuity that turned a speed bump into a hydrogen source can be applied to other systems, what complex societal challenge that we currently think is impossible
Whether it's clean water access or reaching net zero.
is simply waiting for the right blend of humanistic creativity and computational power to be unlocked. Something to mull over until our next deep dive.